As Mike Flanagan wraps up another Stephen King adaptation, Jocelyn Donahue reflects on his plans for a Dr. Sleep sequel. The 2019 movie served as an adaptation both of King's 2013 novel of the same name and The Shining and Stanley Kubrick's adaptation of the latter, following an adult Danny Torrance as he finds himself having to protect a young girl with shining abilities from a vampiric group known as the True Knot while also battling his inner demons. Led by Ewan McGregor and Rebecca Ferguson, the movie garnered largely positive reviews from critics, but was a box office disappointment. During a recent interview with Screen Rant for the upcoming crime thriller The Last Stop in Yuma County, Donahue was asked about the scrapped plans for a Dr. Sleep 2. Though the star indicated she didn't have concrete conversations with Flanagan about the Abra-focused follow-up, she did confirm that the two talked about a divisive element of King's source novel that was left out of the 2019 movie that the sequel would have explored. Check out what Donahue shared below. Mike Flanagan Dr. Sleep changes explained, and why they worked. With Flanagan having taken a unique approach to making Dr. Sleep as both a faithful adaptation of King's novels and a sequel to Kubrick's movie, the 2019 effort ultimately saw a number of changes to its source material. The one Donahue alludes to above is that of the Torrance family's lineage, in which a visit to Abra's grandmother, who is also absent from the movie, reveals that she had an affair with Danny's father Jack, thus giving birth to Abra's mother, making the young character Danny's niece. Flanagan did include a nod to this plot point in Abra and Danny's introduction scene in Dr. Sleep, in which the former says they can explain their interactions as his being her Uncle Dan rather than a stranger with a child in the park. While some purists argue that this took away from the unique world-building of King's source material, others have acknowledged that this change created a deeper connection between Danny and Abra in the movie, better tying into his redemption arc by risking everything to save someone in need rather than a long-lost family member. The two other major changes made for the Dr. Sleep movie come in the third act, when Dan and Abra look to confront Rose the Hat at the Overlook Hotel. In the book, the hotel is still burned down after Jack blew it up, and Abra is absent from the final fight, whereas in the movie, the two enter the still-standing building and Dan confronts some of his past demons there, including his father. The ending also saw Danny sacrifice himself by blowing up the Overlook to save Abra and put an end to the hotel's horrors, which sold King on the movie as a whole. Could Flanagan Dr. Sleep follow-ups still happen? Interestingly, in the lead-up to the movie's release, Flanagan had revealed plans for two very different Dr. Sleep follow-ups. The first of which was a prequel movie entitled Halloran, which would have explored the origin story of the titular Overlook head chef who had first helped Danny understand the nature of his abilities, though fell victim to his father's murder spree. Warner Brothers had actually tasked Flanagan with penning the script for the project after having plenty of confidence in his Dr. Sleep vision, though due to the movie's underperformance at the box office, it found itself cancelled.